Does anybody think his voice is comfortable? What? I guess. In bed. Top 15 scary videos that stun viewers! Let's go right now.
Number 15. This
Scare me.
video was taken at a
Scare me,
medical
chills.
center in Ulhasnagar, India. At first, it seems like an escaped patient is scaling a column to get to the second floor.
What the
But look
fuck?
closely and you'll see some of their movements are quite unnatural. For one thing, this person appears way too light, almost like they weigh almost nothing at all. Look how they reach up with their left hand and grab onto a completely
How's she climbing that?
the wall at the 9-second mark. There doesn't
She's
even appear to be
Spider-Man.
anything to hold on to, but somehow pull themselves up. Their arms and legs are way too long here, and it looks constantly hunched over even when it climbs. Whatever this is, it barely looks to be human. Number 14. The Waverly Hills Sanitarium in Kentucky has been condemned since the early 60s, though the spirits of its former inhabitants are thought to still roam its rubble-filled halls. Lindsay Rogers leads a ghost hunting team through the dark asylum, and it isn't long before they are engulfed by paranormal
Ghost hunting teams are a thing?
It sounds like a door opens, and you can see Lindsay looks right, but the door is still shut. There's a second banging noise that almost sounds like a body hitting the ground. Though without more video footage, we'll never know for sure. Number 13. A man from an unknown country is checking an old apartment when he is confronted by the spirit of its former inhabitants. First, something whispers behind him in another language, possibly Arabic, followed by movement.
Why would you go in there, bro? Oh my god.
Then they slammed the door he just walked through and raised the lock in midair, something that a person would not be able to do just from banging really hard on the other side.
Bro.
Orbs are going crazy, although it is pretty dusty in here. Anyway, pay attention.
Why is he on
to the side of
Snapchat?
the room. No one is here, yet in moments a pop flies from this direction, and when he turns around you can see the room is completely empty. Phantom figures crouch low behind doorways and promptly disappear.
Nah, bro.
And
You guys think people just do these for clout? That could have been just someone throwing a rock at the pots and then they just ran away. Right? And then the door going up, or not up and down, but like side to side. That could have just been someone on the other side. Detective Max is back!
hears these running footsteps overhead. He knows it's time to leave fast. They sound heavy and are heading straight his way. Number
Is he getting
12.
hurt?
It's 10:30 at night when a
Why is he
vehicle's
moaning?
headlights chance upon a large and mysterious creature in the road. It's hard to make out, but the creature appears to be in a ready stance, with its head low to the ground. I thought it could be a possum because of its coloring, but it's far too large. Something about the way it's standing doesn't look natural to me. So let me know what you think this is, and if it's even from this world. Number 11.
Well, obviously,
This cat
it's
is
in this
playfully
world,
smacked
dummy.
next an orb floats upwards and makes it jump straight into the air. After a while, the house pet regains interest in its toy, only to stop and look around again, slightly bewildered. It looks at its owner briefly and then follows the orb with its head in a swooping motion. Possibly the very same orb as before. There's no doubt that the cat sees something out of the ordinary as it tracks the orb perfectly. Both times, it completely loses interest in the toy and seems somewhat alarmed over an unseen presence. I guess there could be some other explanation, but if I was alone and saw all of this going on, I would...
That's kind of true though, because how do we know what dogs and cats see? Like, what if they don't have the same eyes as us and they can see ghosts? Whoa! I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't.
definitely question if my house was haunted. Number 10.
That wasn't scary
It's
at
6
all.
in the morning, and a YouTuber named Sheezy is about to go home after a long shift at the hospital. All he needs to do is return this 1-ton x-ray machine and then clock out. Unfortunately for him, the elevator gets stuck on the 5th floor and suddenly drops to the 1st floor without warning. It happens so fast that the floor numbers don't even register until the very end. But it's not over yet. The elevator rushes from the ground floor to...
Dude, I don't understand why these people, like, this happens to them, and then they pull out their phone and start recording. Like, what is that gonna do? Call 911 or something, help them, tell them to fix the elevator or something.
5th floor, ready
Stupid
to drop
people.
again. And if that x-ray machine slides back and pins him against the wall, it wouldn't matter if he's at a hospital or not, because it's going to flatten him in seconds. This time, he hits the emergency stop before he can drop again. After a minute and a half, engineers rush to get him out of there. Number 9. A YouTuber named Angelo Black gathers some friends, and together they head to a local tunnel that's rumored to get more terrifying.
Damn, bro, that dude already looks scary.
They begin their journey with the goal of going deeper than anyone has dared to before. Laughing and joking at first, but soon growing more serious as they huddle close, banding together against a gnawing claustrophobic dread that nobody wants to be the first to acknowledge. Eventually, they find a lonely portion of pipe that is next to no graffiti and bravely keep going. After traveling a great distance, they're now staring down an even narrower passageway that feels wrong enough to make all of them stop. One of them asks who's there, and this wild growl comes from the darkness within.
Come closer. Who's there?
Before they even have time to react, the camera person thinks a face is looking at them, which I don't see, but I do hear this faint moan shortly afterwards. It's definitely coming from up ahead.
Wait.
Yo, they're having butt sex, leave them alone. Or not.
The moan soon changes into the same growl again, even louder this time, that I think might actually be a rusty old drain pipe letting loose. Still, I wouldn't take any chances by sticking around, especially not after I heard this.
The banging started getting louder, so we walked away. Smart.
Their phone mysteriously stops recording at this point, and they get out of there fast. But whether it stopped recording because of a low battery or because of paranormal interference has never been verified. Number 8. A paranormal team led by Derek Reese sits around the old family room of a haunted house in an undisclosed location. One of them must be sensitive to spirits because he asks them if they feel anything, and maybe he accidentally channels something into the room.
Oh my god, don't mess with me, please. No, I'm not.
Bro, the thing about these videos is that they're so easy to fake. Like, bro, that could have literally just been someone just knocking outside the door.
You can see everyone except for one person when the knock happens, but her hands are in her lap under a pillow, so no, it's not her. Later on, they are looking at old videos when 2 visual artifacts appear. One is pink and one is green, and neither of them will go away no matter what they try. And that's when they hear creepy singing and a deep voice say something like, "Get away from the door." The audio is pretty low quality, but what do you hear? Number 7.
If that was actually real, that dude wouldn't be laughing, bro. What? Look at him. Why is he laughing, bro? I would run and shit my pants. That's how you know it's
Number
fake.
7. this video titled "Proof They Do Exist." Ghost
You may have
Swinging
gotten
on
chills with
Lights
that one, but
was
not
taken
me.
at a body repair shop at an
Not
undisclosed
Investigator
location.
Max.
There are only 2 fans, both off. One is even pointed at the ground, yet this light is going crazy. It's even weirder when you see that both the next light over and the one furthest away are hanging still as can be. Here's another video of the shop taken on a different day.
I
Watch
could
for
really use
anything
that as a
weird and
sex
tell me what
swing.
you find, because I see nothing to cause this. There are no vents in the ceiling. So what could this be? Number 6. A YouTube channel called Exploring with Danny is checking out a chapel cemetery that is so haunted.
Guys, let me know if I
they
should
only
do
feel
this.
comfortable approaching by day.
Get myself
They've all
killed.
been here before, but this time they are disappointed to find that commercial locks are in place and that everything looks to be boarded up. Still, they are determined to get inside, and they keep moving along the perimeter, searching for another way in. After a while, the camera person feels watched and makes the mistake of looking up.
Oh my god, bro. What the
Watching over them is a
fuck,
friendly, pale
bro?
figure with solid black eyes. I guess this could be one of their friends, but given the new measures taken to keep trespassers out, I don't see how this is possible. You would think that they would run at such a sight.
Bro, even if my friend was dressed up as that, I would still shit my... I wouldn't let that happen, bro. I would still shit my pants. Because what if... I don't know, what if... a spirit possessed him or something? And he turned into a killer. And then he started chasing me. And then he started raping me. And then I liked it. And then we...
But this encounter only makes them more determined to bust a new way inside, which they eventually do. They soon reach the interior steps and feel watched again.
Bro!
Back at them from above.
Stop!
Perhaps twice as displeased to learn they've been
Bro!
entrance.
Like it...
This time they all
Nah.
duck into a room and
Nah, bro, like, that's definitely your friend, but, like, that's 100% a friend. Like, everything was set in position. The guy was upstairs, looking down, and the guy went, ah! But still, bro, it's such a fucking jump scare.
watch down a long hallway, but when Danny follows, it's the last glimpse any of them get of
God.
it before scattering. Number 5.
Oh, thank God.
A chef and his apprentice rummage around the kitchen to do some last-minute prep work before opening. One of them undoes the plastic ties from all of the bread and then takes a few steps away. Moments later, he looks over only to see a single remaining piece of bread raise itself in the air and land in the corner with a smack. He tries to explain what happened to a co-worker as he examines the bread for anything wrong, finding nothing. I was waiting for it to jump back out after he throws it away, but I guess it's done moving for now. Everybody probably thought he was going crazy, and maybe he did too, until they checked out this haunting video for themselves and posted it online. Number 4. A professional snake handler jumps in his tank with 3 of his meanest pythons to show that they are relatively tame. His demonstration backfires though, when the large albino lunges at him multiple times. This really wasn't the best idea in the world, but I think he could have pulled it off if he had only made less hand gestures when speaking. It seems like the snake is mostly attracted to his hand movements, which often look like the rapid twitching movements of prey. I think his left hand gets the snake's attention here.
It's the big New Year's Day.
What a dummy. What a dummy.
The giant reptile seems to calm down until he moves his hand again.
Why would you be in
thrust
there,
an
bro?
Index finger in
There's
the
no point.
air.
The real mean one's the other one.
After 3 lunges in 2 minutes, he decides to wrap up the video before the python wraps him up instead.
He's lucky. Oh my god!
This black
Yo!
before the python wraps him up instead. Number
That shit was about to eat his
The
hand!
spider reaches the end of a room and finds itself cornered by the camera. Here you can see the exact moment it turns around and sizes up the human standing before it. It lifts its head slightly to better hold them in its 8-eyed gaze. There is nothing left for the outsized insect to do but stand its ground, so it spreads into a wide stance to make itself look as large and as frightening as possible, wiggling its tiny front arms as further warning. But the display of intimidation does not
nasty,
work at
bro.
all. The person continues to record, completely oblivious as to what's about to happen to
Oh my
them
god, it's gonna
next.
jump.
The spider seems to miss the camera and probably lands somewhere on her hand or her arm, or if she was close enough, maybe even tangled in her hair.
Bro, that shit is
Number 2,
fast.
a YouTuber named Ghost Robo is taking some questions from fans. They talk about everything from going back to school to Transformers, and then they take a quick break to make some minor adjustments.
Let's see.
The room cools off and the conversation picks up until a real-life jump scare leaves them wide-mouthed and pale.
Pretty cool. I never like watched the show or anything, but they're pretty cool.
Jake has a Transformer, that's the
The lightning sounds so close that I seriously wonder if it struck the side of their house. Either way, it takes
Really
them
gonna
over
say.
30 seconds to compose themselves and carry on. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds?
Like the video. Quick.
Because we upload a new scary video.
Quick.
If you're curious about what I look like in real
I don't
life,
care about what you look like, you ugly bitch.
that is far from normal, aside from being rigged with hidden cameras. The
Damn, that
bottom
dude
is
has-
set to drop
dude's
with them still
balding.
inside. Okay, not really, but close enough. Each floor panel is actually a high-definition television playing a separate video.
Yeah, I was about to
that,
say,
when played
that doesn't
together,
look
creates
real.
the illusion of the elevator bottoming out. If you were looking straight ahead and expecting a smooth ride, seeing this out of control of your eye would really be enough to send you screaming. And when combined with sound effects coming from the speakers, these poor participants didn't really stand a chance. The illusion looks so real that it takes one of them a few seconds to realize that they weren't actually floating in air. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe.
Subscribe, boys. Sheesh! I mean, it's not this. I'm not gonna lie, that no one kind of scared me. It kind of made me shit my pants a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like it's hard to find actual scary videos on YouTube. Maybe I need to watch, like, movie clips. Not skits, movie clips. But yeah. If you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out my Twitch. I go live, like, a bunch of times a week. I can't even count. So, and they last a pretty long time, so check them out, make sure to subscribe, turn the bell on so I can turn you on, and bye. Okay, now I'm saying bye for realsies. For realsies.